finally sent back up. Guess the problem must have reached the stack tops, or Boom would have left me here to be scavenged for orcs. And Drummer, hope you came armed. SI's locked itself into a recursive void loop. Whatever caused it's beyond that door, together with a whole lot of ferals who came out of nowhere. Took a fat bite out of my thigh. Was all I could do to crawl in here and put the room in lockdown. You'll help out, right? Yeah, those ferals mean business. Almost got me. Don't go in there unless you're packing. Larger in the soups down here. And hungry, too. Way back's clear now, right? Right. I'm gonna hobble back upstairs, find cheap soup poon and, well, do nothing, I guess. I've lifted the lockdown. Good luck. You fixed the problem? Good. Now, just reboot the damn thing and let's call it a day. The SI interface terminal's past that hollow door across the room. I've recovered enough to hobble out of here. Thanks, mate. Let's have a drink when you get back upstairs. I'll be at the Punk Bladder.
The feed with your very own Grateful Abbott. The Ascent Group went into immediate default after the corporate AI filed for bankruptcy one subcycle ago. All attempts to contact the corporate board has failed, and we've yet to receive an official statement. The Ascent Group arcology on Velus has shut down, with some claiming it's gone into default mode. If this is true, without AG security, corporate grab teams will already be moving in on the luck to 'em. As I always say, one being's ill fortune is another's opportunity. Stay tuned.
To all hammers in Cluster 13, this is Poon. As you've probably noticed, our dear arcology just defaulted. I don't give a feral's ass about the whys and wherefores. Business will go on as usual. That means no panic, no whining, and certainly no slacking off. Business as usual. Understood? Poon out.
Look, when we need a company rally or inspirational calf mugs to hand out, I'll let you know, okay?
Why the hostility, Poon? All I'm saying is that we should stick together in a time of crisis, and that we're here to help in any way we can.
And all I'm saying is that I don't see how you can help right now. The Ascent Group is gone, and the board has gone quieter than a null-spaced Carlin. Maybe you people should start looking to what's next.
The Ascent Group is not just the board, Poon. It's us. All of us. United around an idea. The corporation can only collapse if we allow it.
Whatever. An idea won't feed my indents or provide security when Corpsec gets wise to the fact that their paychecks aren't coming. Now, you'll have to excuse me. My next meeting just arrived.
Fine. We'll talk again later, Poon.
Cinder idiots. Oh, look at you. Positively bristling with ambition and a taste for mindless violence. Just what I need. My PA before was pure bullshit. This is a crisis supernova. The Ascent Group has collapsed. Our ecology's gone into default, and we've lost contact with the board. Not that I expect those sleek suits to be able to unfuck this situation in any meaningful way. No one is getting paid, and CorpSec will soon realize that they're risking their necks for exactly 0 Eucreds. We can expect security to implode before the cycle is over. The Ascent Group AGI suddenly went quiet. That's never happened before. So the market went apeshit and forced the Ascent Group into immediate bankruptcy. Now all local SIs are operating independently. Hundreds of optimizer protocols fighting for the same scraps. We're gonna see nutrient and energy shortages within just a few cycles. Thousands of Habbers here will suffer. Am I painting a bleak enough picture for you? We're mutually dependent on the neighboring clusters for food, energy, and other essentials. It pains me to say this, but it looks like we're gonna have to cooperate our way out of this epic mess. The other stack bosses have agreed to meet. They're a bunch of incompetent hard-noses, so don't get your hopes up. But I don't see any other options, and my imp won't shut up about this being the only way forward. I want you to handle security for the moot. In a crisis like this, you can always expect to see a few witless wonders stepping up to bat. The Turbo Vipers are already trying on a protection racket so stupid it defies comprehension. Questions? Shoot. They're threatening to attack the meeting, and I want you there if they do. The latest cream of the scum crop out there. With everything going on, they're seeing an opportunity. Yeah, so with the corporation gone kaput, ownership of the arcology is in flux. The other corporations will be sending in CGTs to grab what they can. We're like an sick. All right, enough questions. Oh, and you'll need to gear up. Won't just be facing deep sink ferals anymore. Talk to my man Clobber. He'll set you up. Feel free to flatline any slag-headed Turbo Viper just looking at you sideways. Clear? Good. Let's get this show on the road!
Här inne i multiplet vaggastippet örvan. Tipp mikvatt, ik horusta, en vier, niet tot van zit. You took moi rantier, maar fit Mirio kertoch at you, multitatieri, pytta hemma hers, van. Husmaat, man soldatierit Mirio, unherne op te kummen, letztem greenkup mit aja. Togfjura, dat almeuren, mulke maar fit na you, wat du speaks head, you cast greenkup, kochflit.
Nee, dat wat. Multor van zich panticultieri, fred vier, jok vargas epit na you, tof. Tip big says yours fast, huh? Husmaat, Nick says yours savala, you zoek het niet. Nick, je wil mogen de netste man, Allah sa. Met dit mooi rantier, Mirio, neemt er van zich, Allah. Kan de net helemaal hers. Nick, haar in hier, greenkup, Allah sa, ik dan onder nee op haar van sava. Nick, panticul, haar van kun je op vier, en husmaat, betam denken we niet mogen. Nick Torvald took the winner in Bulgaria. No, ik conflict. Ik zei, je tofjura, je zoeken, met Vargasta, en dat was dit te kunnen, letzten. Big says yours, niet jong, Frankoch. Jong, dat kun, niet met vier, niet te Allah saad, Vargas, ik maar fit aan den taalmeuren. Big says. Waarin hier, dat na je, dus skeurt je, ben kochflikt, samal kunnen. Kas nie sai, nie kochflik, doch katu kemar flik, unher nie op samal ai. Nie samal katu, flik dat diger. Daheim hers, dat ik me Allah saad, ik. Gewinni mogen mit our mooi randje, me kwaggas husmaat, tofjura, met Mirio pantigot, verkummen, letzte petitchen. Lits naar, dit naar zijn, plorant veertje, die vormt ins aan de vloot, de eerste veer.
Big says yours, diep vier, husmaat, gewinni mogen haar.
There! Meeting done! Raging success! The other bosses are on board. We'll begin coordinating our cluster SIs and redistributing vital supplies in a few hours. We still have plenty of work to do, but this is as good a start as we could hope for. But who the flaming fuck were those amped-up flatliners? Damn it! I need more problems about as much as I need a rectum on my forehead. And yes, I know there are a few evolutionary dead ends like that around, but you get my drift. Someone's pinging me. Hang on. Phone here. Yes. Yes. No. Fuck. That was Admin Denker. While we were splooging all over ourselves here, someone went and grabbed a whole bunch of habbers. My habbers! Seems the attack here was a diversion for the kidnapping. I gotta get back. Don't stray too far! I have a feeling we'll need your help again soon.
Sul this tower, anti-float big says yours good and green cup bigger flitty mick schön danken. Yok ni anti-float big says you Mirio mick extra man husma kumar flit mick nun particle power. Cast of Führer schön Jokatu ni tower muren anti-float danken you suki minimo gerit mick big says yours big urvana koch flit savala.
Didn't think I'd be showering in urine ever again after you fix the WMD, but it seems the golden showers won't dry up anytime soon. The kidnappers didn't just grab any random habber where they came reading. Instead, they managed to kidnap almost every key alpha and beta level indent in the cluster. The very people we need to keep this place running. With CorpSec disintegrating, I currently have zero access to the security systems. So I don't have a fucking clue where our habbers are, who took them, or why! If someone wanted to cripple our cluster, they couldn't have done a better job. I need you to get these people back. Not for their sake, but for ours. You're gonna need help infiltrating the security systems, and I might have a lead for you. There's a quiche. Yeah, I know. But he's a mean icecracker, a real net sage. I've employed his services once before. Unfortunately, it didn't end well, and I might have screwed him over. A bit. Needless to say, he's not accepting my pings, so it's gonna have to be face-to-face, and I'm done leaving the office. I've learned that he set up shop in Black Lake Towers, where they had the flood. That's what I have. Cost me a good sum. What more do you want to know? Yeah, I know it's abandoned. And no, I don't know how to find him. That's why I'm asking you to do it, fuckbrains! We need those people back pronto. Go get them.
Big says yours time matters, banting good nicht almuren. You suit it savala mick vargasta sul this. Tonsura, anti-flotocha, it doubt here, but keep their gas now you our yes, I give minimum. Jokste man, det här inne, under nej upp anti-flot, aja, banting good, örvana. Fred Örvana, Tirdiger, Moirantir, Tigertmö, Harin, Givinim. Del Moirantir, Tjeritstuman, Savala, our Bantigul, Green Cupid, Daggarden, and Tukumun, let's them to Tira, good you. Cass, Green Cupid, Antiflota, Big says yours to him, our Nick, Fred Big says yours, Miriam. Kvert, Antiflot, fast, ja, Daggarduman, October, Tvigi, Tatupan, Pluran, Gummenet. Das Njörpan och Pluran, Tatifon, in Bene, der speelt to grain, Han. Wat er heb op Bene, die gurgur, as Bigse, Mick Gras, Tirmelgrain, Antiflot, Konflikt, Zwarer, mit Unne. Demand, wat er heb op de Ristlitsnerv, Antiflot, och minimum, in der Sein an, Alver. Kartoran, Urvan, Alda, Moira, Grain, Katinete, Mick Gras, Tirmelglitz. Tusvarvi, der Nutsun, Erdumando, Pluran, Freddy, Toran, der Sein, Verhitna, Virgi, Moira, Green Cup Mick, ik hou rumsta, Gordon en Big Head, you fast dus, Miriam.
Spantigul, damn.
Fred Mick, Kimmy. Down.
Nick, Konflikt, Miriam. Allah saad, mit Jok del Kast, Multus. Fred Savala, fast tip you zoek Mick, ne ikstu man. Ik maar vind ik dat Green Cup na you. Mulker taal meuren. Op Tim. Hard na afhouden met meer oogkleurig aan haar vinger den. Wat staat dat schappensmuskund ne het. Konflikt tot van zich vast. Unherne op pantikul liggen. Toch aan vier. Ik hou hem staat. Dan wil toch aan nee. Wangas Mick. Del Thierry, petit Wangas Mick, dus Camden Savala. Our. Gamskartel. Toch ik hou hem staat. Taalmeuren, stuman, tot van zich panticulist, kumar fit. Ah ja, our van Konflikt mooi randje. Our Green Cup cast is toch Camden. Antifloot ne ik, big says yours. Daheim Thierry, niet tot van zich haar in Jonkvuren. Tul Wangas unherne op Green Cup tip. Kaas liggen, pantico tul. Fred Big Head, je vast Jonkvuren. Ik kaas multun, konflikt ik dat liggen. Kurka to liggen, Big Head, je jokpower haar in.
Grafskiflade etni PR var immer bidago djup janem pa. Vogo futo flade var fel nord vinno. Auch ni fel nord gren flade tusneta hemna pa. Desum fenetni abala immer bige postsfära.
Not now. I've almost cracked the distributed cognition. Whoa! Where did you come from? No, wait. Who the hell are you? And how did you find us? This is supposed to be a secret hideout. I knew I should have gotten those turrets online long ago. Then you'd be a red smear on the floor. Never rely on secrecy alone. And again, I'm obviously still alive, so what do you want? Why are you here? Boone sent you. Yeah, I know that faithless cred stacker all too well. What does he need? Yeah, without those hammers, you're in deep trouble. I got 2 nestkin in 13. Poon must know that, the bastard. All right, I'll help. But this is not for Poon. What do you need? Yeah, I'm already logged on to the surveillance server. Let's have a look-see. Seems a whole bunch of invalid tags passed a scan gate at the Cosmodrome a few subcycles ago. The biometrics match your habbers, but... So I can't say where your habbers are now. If OV took them, you're gonna have to ask them why yourself. They've requisitioned an old Hydracat branch office up by the node. Way above where we're at now, like whole other tier. Anything else? Look, you'll probably need my help again before this is over. I passed your imp into my comms. Ping if you need me. And just to be clear, I'm doing this for Cluster 13, and Poon will owe me when we're done. Oh, and I bumped up your permissions with the arcology reg, so you can access the node. Moving up in the world.
Compare favorably with those from further below. Probable correlation with radically increased life expectancy for all habitators on these levels.
Geotechniek, grün. Biskematik, här inne, partikel, husma. Ik dank meer jou, diger. Met vast, bekippen, niet eerder toch kunnen. Samala, gert, big says yours, Allah, saad, friend, nee, toch flikkeren. Die hörvarna, så kommer nu rätt kunt du skulle dik. Nee, Samala, nu, die kasper toch eerder. Nee, say, big says yours, hörvarna. Taalmuren, muirantie, Mirio, kumarfita hemma her spippen. Kadu taalmuren is bigger. You took ik hoor. You took taalmuren, nu tot hier. You took.
Its name from the central node tree, facilitating thousands of transactions every hour.
.438 hung, and you're on a timer. Attacked a meeting. I have no idea what you're jabbering about, but that ugly speech hole of yours would be much improved by staying closed. So you've lost a few habbers. How does this concern Onyx Void exactly? Careful where you point those digits, Indent. But as it happens, you're in luck. I know where your precious habbers are, but there's an inquiry fee. Then I have a proposal. Do a small job for me, and you'll get the information in return. One of my operatives is being held by the Rogin. Of course not. He's spoilt goods. Flatline both him and the Rogin holding him. No witnesses. Onyx Void always cleans up. The operative is presently being entertained at a Rogin Oyabun's penthouse in the top of the East Gemini Tower. Expect a warm reception. I want my operative's tag as proof of the termination. Do not fail me. Onyx Void always cleans up. You can't have him!
You took to care for Mirio, give me nothing but stone to this. Now you make it, you make it, Allah, you.
You return, and I see you brought the tag. I did not expect you to live. This is mildly impressive. The Malhorse Gel Corporation has your indents. The carrier they're holding him on is scheduled for departure in a few cycles. Check the Cosmodrome. Since MG Corp are in breach, they are no longer enjoying our protection. lethal repercussions.
What the hell? Are you trying to kill me? What's the suit? Hey! Let go of me! I'll pay you. Do you know who I am?
Welcome. If you'd have just accepted my call, we wouldn't have had to drag your ass all the way here.
Go fuck yourself.
Come now. What was Melhurst Guild planning to do with those indents?
I don't have anything to say to you. Talk to my superiors.
Oh, I'm sorry. You seem to have misunderstood your situation. You see, you're officially listed as deceased in a refueling accident at the docks. I can keep you here till you talk, or flatline from exposure. Whatever you prefer. Leave him here. I'll update you later.
So, here's the deal. The AGI is still quiet, amazing as that is. Rival CGTs are already coming into the arcology to pick the bones clean.
We have a chance of true independence here, but we have to act faster than an amped-out feral before some enterprising CGT gobbles up our cluster, and our indent contracts with it. One of the bulbheads you rescued from Malhorst Gelb claims we can funnel energy covertly from the old tokamak down in the deep stink. He says we have a small window of opportunity to do this now, before the reactor is appropriated by some other corporation. I'd rather control the entire tokamak, but we have nowhere near the know-how or equipment to do a property grab like that. You need an AGI for that kind of thing. But if you do this right, the new owners won't notice our little arrangement. I'm not fluent in tech blab, but enough to say that this will be a tricky feral to tame. The bulbhead spoke of installing a double redundancy board through the tokamak ice, soft and hardware. So, you'll have to do this on site. The new owners can't know about the board, or they'll shut it down faster than nug orgasms. We can then use that energy to bolster our automated security systems. I already have a code jockey reworking schemata to allow for that. And let the CGTs come. When the turrets are done, we'll scavenge their stiffs for augs. Now the bulbhead is just that, completely worthless for anything outside a lab. I want you to handle the practical side of things. Get that tokamak working for us. I've uploaded the particulars to your app. Questions? Good.
That was refreshing. You should stand down, Indent. We don't want to disintegrate you just yet. Were you trying to create a supernova just now? Because that's what your uninformed meddling with the Taurus containment field would have led to. That your stack boss asked you to do this only confirms his incompetence. Luckily, we are in control now. This tokamak is now the property of Y-Corp. So is your stack cluster, and so is every indent registered there, including yourself. Your indentured contracts have been transferred and renewed in accordance with existing agreements and standard protocol, etc., etc. In short, you belong to us for what remains of your pitiful life expectancy. However, while you have demonstrated an alarming lack of cognitive skills, you have also shown an aptitude for applying lethal solutions to conflicted situations. This might be of some use to Y-Corp. So, we wish to test your abilities by giving you a special assignment. A trial of sorts. Success will raise you above the filthy mass of regular indents and provide you with certain perks. And you'll be given a chance at earning your freedom. We will set up an operations center in Cluster 13. Come find us there.
Ik hou station. Ik hou station. Nou, anti-flow dit is kummer voor de partikul. Laat taalmuren, hoor van de bigger. Het is smalle kummer voor de ja, dit dat helemaal herfst. Nou, kun kochslik taalmuren, toch dat helemaal herfst. Taalmuren, tipkoordinaat, big says yours, niet zij, Allah, zaad, vier, tip, niet hoe kan u dat? Niet, minimum, nu, ja, me hoor van daar. Kom maar voor de toetsuur, is waarin dit dan? Me niet zij, dat is toch al is toetsuur, zult tot wat ik meer op dit dan kun, dit smaal, niet ik, hoor, ka. Nee, ik hou stak. Koordinaat dit dan anti-flow helemaal herfst, man. Nee, ik alle.
Je pita het verder is. Leuk, niet green, toch ik niet eerlijk. Toen gaat het dat ik niet rent. Als die dus maar toch het green, zaad, Allah, ook je binnen zij. Het waar dan. Ik niet. Ze hebben de snavrouw is en dan je to kat krenk. De dugge als in der en dan je. Dat je dat ook hier echt Joost dikste tip. En hier mooi Joost dikste ik niet kikkelpa. Ah ja, schön der Fremdke. Kikkelpank ik hier. Als kan hier mooi ramst du man kochslik zo na. Als die dus baggas eerlijk na. Dat Joost dikste kochslik en het stem verkomen of anti-flatootje. Kijk tot wat koelpank der vreemde digger knik af nu. Zo zie ik niet op green ers. Tip zo met aja zij niet knik. Er is ik een zitterschapjes. Eerlijk is het zaad Allah der vreemde ers te helemaal af nu knik. Tip met de man en hier mooi. Ers te helemaal vast. Orum sta ik. Brink ik niet zaad, Allah, ik niet en hier mooi ratu. Ik niet op die zo, orum sta ik, hoor, en ik had die dus, maar ik niet juist. Ik hoor van.
Finally, Y Corp is looking to expand its property appropriation division, and you fit the profile. Barely. If you complete our test assignment, you'll be given a position with one of our corporate grab teams, as the indents call them. I detest the term, but it does describe the work we do. We seek out contested property and transfer ownership of it to Y Corp. Sometimes a competing team is after the same property. Then we flatline them. It can be quite satisfying. There are more perks. As a Y Corp CGT operative, you'll have access to select gear, and you'll be covered by a premium Y Corp insurance policy. But first, you have to complete this assignment. We want the complete Ascent Group operations history. It is stored in one of their data vaults. You must locate the correct vault, re-imprint the Vault SI, and upload the desired data to our AGI. Complete this assignment, and you'll get a shot at earning your freedom further down the line. Your success will depend on your brawn trumping your inferior sapiens brain. We expect this will be a considerable challenge. Our comms records show you've already collaborated with that notorious ice fiend Noghead. We suggest enlisting his aid again. Questions? Y Corp has certain long-term objectives. If you are instrumental in achieving those objectives, we will offer to void your indentured contract and register you as an independent contractor. You'll be a free being, as much as anyone is free on Velez. Very well.
You again. What does Poon want now? Oh, hang on. Who the fuck is Y Corp? They want you to appropriate an Ascent Group data vault. I don't do appropriations, pal. I'm pretty damn good, but that SI would nerf ride my ass before I even got past the outer ice layer. They have their own AGI? I'm not... Wow. That's some beautiful code. There's a cold elegance to AGI where that us orgs can only dream of achieving. But then I don't get what you need me for. Their AGI can crack open a vault like a Ponto nut. Why don't you have it do that in the imprinting? Both. Y Corp have their own AGI, and yet they want to keep a low profile? Well, whatever. I can get you in all right, but seeing as this is a corporate job, I won't do it pro bono. Again, I gotta admit, I'm real curious about what's going on here. It might be worth helping out just to get some insight, and maybe even link to that AGI at some point. Okay. Let's just say you'll owe me for this one. I've revived my comm tag on your imp so we can stay in touch. Best get cracking, my friend. I'm gonna do a deep trawl for anything Y Corp related in the meantime. I wanna know who we're dealing with.
Accessing blimp navware. Advertisement blimp B-52D route alteration complete. Should make for a beautiful crash.
We are willing to pay a premium fee for such a shipment, in line with the previous agreement. Can it be arranged?
Anything can be arranged, but I doubt you have creds enough to cover a premium fee.
We have access to certain emergency funds.
Then give me proof of these funds, and I'll make some inquiries.
I promise you'll have it before the end of the next cycle. We need those isotopes.
I said proof, not promises. We're done here.
Very well.
Yeah? Compromised? When? Understood. Someone just came in, matched the description. Yeah, I'll handle it. Everyone, your attention, please. Onyx Glide will pay a considerable sum for the head of the individual who just entered. No need for it to be attached to anything. Come see me when you're ready to collect.
Is about to reach the ship fuel distribution valves. Your weak flesh will be burnt to a crisp when that happens. I advise rapid movement.
I gather you didn't get the data.
Who the hell are you people? What do you want?
The shipments you made to the Ascent Group. Speak.
Why? What's in it for me, huh?
Well, how about not spending a perceived eternity in the null exploring all possible and probable types of pain?
Bring it on, you foreign bitch. I got enough black ice in here to fry whatever you jack me into.
Yes, well, we'll see about that. Another assignment completed. I admire your resourcefulness. Seems there are sapiens who deviate from the species' substandard norm. Now we should leave. About 20 Onyx Void flatliners are heading this way, stemmed up and itching to pulp us. I prefer facing them at a different time and place. We will contact you as soon as we've extracted the data we need from this thing.
Diagrain, mieri savala, nem, eford etni mogofito nipa. Efrems hulakas, turaram, krupni savala, nem, katuk dir shasa kolvaver nito, miknehopa, mieri kwidji na. Efrems per shasa. Fluor and the fluid grey, na near moran, baskrad, nichta. Per mogofito, nichta, etni vethi, fluor, dir metni elv, etmikneho, kolvaver, imam vigel, what? Grain, mieri una near turaram elvignem etni se. And the fluid krupni, kwidji, ifir, el hus vabi turaram par na ni, vino hat fingu, katubaklur, ima. Tikolvabe, vino hat mierda, hula o etni, efrems shasa, turaram nichta, ifir, form, flur, vethi, savala, ford, nems. Grain, leva mögi eva imam vigor tror ifir etnik mier moran atla turaram moiran hulaps.
There you are. That head you brought us held a few info gems beneath multiple layers of bullshit and surprisingly aggressive ice. The Ascent Group contracted Onyx Void to smuggle prominent scientists and exotic materials from all over the sector onto Velez. All of it tied to a secret project. You must find those scientists. We dug out a potential lead from the head, a sapiens female named Laura Lanier. The Ascent Group personnel files list her as a Class 3 HR manager, but her contact info has been irretrievably purged. She received the scientists from OV. Surveillance probe showed Lanier frequenting several establishments in Stimtown. Talk to the bartenders and regulars there and see if any of them know more of her current whereabouts. Find Lanier. Questions? Keep us up.
Well, well. If it isn't my former handyman, come fucking rock star. Oh, the sweet irony. Here you are, two-timing as a damn CGT operative for whatever mystery corp that sly of foreign represents, and you can't even get into Stemtown for a stiff one? You've come a long way, but you still depend on me, huh? Well, you're in luck, because I need an errand runner. There's a bartender named Spice over at the loading bars expecting a delivery from me. They don't like to admit it, but most of the proprietors over there depend on my goodwill. Now, this delivery would be frowned upon if it was discovered, but it'll get you through the lockdown. I have an arrangement with a guard named Wharton. Let him know I sent you, and he'll let you through. Get the package delivered to Spice, and you'll have your access. And remember, you owe me. Now get out of here before I lose my appetite, you backstabbing bastard!
No entry. Steak Boss Poon. Again? Fuck. I've paid my fucking dues to him 10 times over already. Don't ever indebt yourself to a jack-o'-lantern. Oh well, come on through. And let that bastard know I've had enough of his favors. After this, we're even. I'm giving you permanent access, so I don't have to bother with your face again.
Has been severely restricted to keep gangers out. Only select customers are allowed entry. How does it feel not to be select, Flesh?
Flippen an, Igrofilm. This narver krupp krupp kruran. Freda här in betamden så big. Joker kunde
Faktsvala untolva. Så.
Lyssna, aspagrotnifta. Till målgiftas.
Agnes, burkina.
Big Ben, Twitter affärer är moi.
Så väl tillbist. Nu, big says yours to kommunen eller ett stimpanting.
Jag har uppstått här inne under det till kastbytsamal mitt. Kun tipsamal mitt. Örvarna, mick, godden, husman. Fred konflikt, antiflott nu. Nu, kun mitt mörkerna. Mitt baurki. Aja, katu, mitt. Katu. Jag har uppstått så kunde du väl ett stämpelmärk för till alla saker. Säg husman, till minimum.
You're poisoned, friend. Well, looky here. Poon actually came through. Give him my thanks. Now, what can I do you for? Sure, coming up. This should frizzle your wiring, buddy. Rings a bell. There was a mid-boss who came here slumming every once in a while. She's not welcome here anymore, though. Couldn't keep her hands off the other clientele. Gave her 2 passes, but she struck out on the 3rd. I bet you can find her at the Dirty Dive. They're less picky with their customers. Yeah, you know, when the uppers come down here to sample the forbidden fruit. Fucking tourists, if you ask me. But I don't say no to their U-creds. Name says it all, doesn't it? It's not far from here. Sure thing, friend. Just give a shout if you need something.
I'm Paolo, and you're lonely, I can tell. By me, no wonder you're lonely, hun. Maybe later.
Du smör örvan. Örvarna, stuman, mirio, pantikul, YouTube. Det ligger här inne i tågfjöra. Muy grandfjörgården en fast till ligger. Katu, mirio. Kun, pantikul, vält, mötoha. I tagdorvan. Talmören, mirio. Alla saat, aja, mick toha. Mötetikas, mitt örvarna, aja, kun. Kudjup örvarna, bet grönkupni. Itagatu mick antiflott ligger. Mick till kudjup dus. Unhernehut fast mittogfjöra. Power to kup. Den antiflott kudjup till minimum. Jag har umstak. Doha vargas till sjön. Big says. Mirio pantikulven. Sjön ni husmati. Talmören. Aja. Jag har umstak. Antiflott grönkupp fred dalmör. Aja. Savala. Fast ni mick stuman. Mick ni säg an. Till minimum här inne i byt. Alla saat. Soldagen ni fyra. Just. Fiskgras, uppnitsnarv, svarar, toran, mojra, tolvar, pippendel, urvan, alda, uner, njek, njukarda, tubikse, ins, iver, gröntefskur, kummenes, burgara, proram, dagur, njesa. Savala, tjeri, dikurdjup, vargast, mödigare. Visst, kurdjup, stuman, ik har umstak, här inne i fast mögelslik alla saat husmati unhernehut örvana ta hemma talmören den stuman ni ist husmati I dag mig savala digger mer och indarna grönkupp ni säg kviret mick to kommun eller ett stämpel husmati mitt sol jobgården en mick fast jag säger mörker minimum kviret mick Tipna ju kokslik vargasta fredor vansi örvana alla sa.
Paolo, and you're lonely, I can tell. Buy me a kick? Thanks, hon. That's sweet of you. And here we were having such a good time. Why bring up that bitch? All right. So, we used to go out for a while. She had U-creds, used to brag about her crib up in A-Stack, some penthouse dude. Dumped me like yesterday's trash when she started hanging out with the Quicks. Good riddance. AKA Blossom Hill. Fancy name for a sad fucking building. I hear the Quicks have the run of the place now. Not local, are you, hon? The Liquid Quicks? Pretty easy going unless you cross them. Can't see what the hell she saw in them. Tense flatliner named Trenning is leading them these days. He'll know her for sure. Thanks for the kick. And if you find her, tell her to go fuck herself.
The one who's been asking about Lania. You're lucky that backstabbing board owes me creds, or you'd be stripped for odds and orgs by now. Why do you want to know? Lania has a penthouse in this very stack. Must have made premium creds on that little side business of hers. I go up there and sell things myself, but we got our hands full with those turbo viper fucks. We had an arrangement. Now and then she'll need someone brought through the district without CorpSec being the wife, right? Or anyone else for that matter. So we'd use the yeast containers. Normally they go to the ponic farms, but the specials went into storage. No clue what happened after that. She still owes us for the last transport. I didn't ask, she didn't tell. Sentience is all I can tell you. You could hear them moaning and mumbling in there. Don't fucking get me started. We're gonna flatline a lot of them if they don't back off. If you do find her, tell her the Quicks don't forget.
Accessing surveillance footage. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Such clarity, Flesh. I am endlessly fascinated by seeing misplaced bodily fluids. Bracketing relevant sequence. And there you go. I saved a copy for my own enjoyment as well.
The values of this company, and you are an interloper. It ends now. Team, passion, commitment. Ascenders for the Ascent Group.
Our Aya near Harry Tun could you it? Don't you? You big head, mit yours big head, kochsli, vangas, ikumar. Eu unirnik, mit that kid, yes, could you it bigger? Orvan, you big head, near Harry, ikumar, fast, time. You did that on me, fancy, yes. Harry, ikumar, kibber and down, good panty, yes, stuman, our na. And here, Moira, yours big thing scared, me a green good you of anti-flask, Mary too. Her friend, and here, Moira, no, let's them to come that there's. Yes, if I'm gasted or van to go, you think me, you unheard your good pan. Aska you unheard our coordinate, yes, damn then, Harry, Tito van, now you, snipping, if I'm gasted, Harry, Orumsta, Mary, you big head, and here, Moira, I'm gasted, our, doch, it never lets them to come, so. Pakastita aya pan. Green cookie, aya, stuman, samal, kid. Ni unneer me, big head, you. Orvana, fast, dus, particle, taalbeuren, bist, dat. Kierie, betamen, good you pass, green. Yes, I took a for a pot. Husmani, big head, you kochsli fast, Miriam, Husmani, Harry, hier, antiflop, stuman. Dikke, stuman, taalbeuren, kierie. Grinke, Allah, saak, antiflop, waggas, good. Der friend, nee, zei, ik hou hem staan, dus, Mick, Grinke, kunnen kadu. Grinke, der friend, particle, dus, Orvana, Harry, hier, dat vast, en toch heb de man. Weer je op mooi randje, toch heb ik dat. Nee, ik kunnen wel eens naar je. Ik heb hier Allah zaad, Orvana, daar is de man die ajachter, kochslik.
Rabandik, neus met wees.
Ik zie kochslik, antiflop, toekomst, wees, de power, antiflop, die minimum, kadu, mit.
Blure hand hat.
Taalbeuren, Mick, weer op nu, particle, kadu, ik zeg joos, kutje. Friend, my hairs, kittens, antiflop, big wagas, aya, big Orvana. Wat dat snappets, had maar vlogen. Op Tim, nee, dat staat er vast in haar ving.
Zo, dit multiple maar flink, goed je tot je rapste man, dikke, hè. Samala kadu di parin hier be Allah saad bantikul power dus ne antiflot hier parin hier green cup is tas bantikul da merio be power ne dit so merio antiflot ja digger power ik hou hem sta niet bantikul me da goed je dus maar die time maar fast die parin hier green cup ja so digger power Allah saad to kunnen we letten niet dus ne Orvana. Kadu, vier, kuntjeri, aja, nu, ik dat nu.
Tolva, wer ist?
Very krupni, Shasa, Borden,
Tolfjura, kun, our good job, big head.
Gras.
Minimum ist antiflotaal.
Met mi McNeil, dit mi hada.
Koch. Dit aan den me, je zoekt mooi rand hier, big head, jood. Big head, you very betofjura, mikaya, stor. Nou, pantikul, tomme pitaket du pastas. Jerry, du swift, men fast very, fremd nu, mich dit ab, nou, kast, der du. Mooi rand.
Krenke, wat in graven verder.
Gravenberg, bestundlich Fluten des Dödsbank. Dann jem am Internet Obergras. Ganz tolles Grünkup hier rum. Grünkup in Dödsbank ist auch getötet. Und du möchtest mir das nehmen. Hochbestretzt, bestundlich Grünkup. Alles Farbe. Jem am Hochbestretzt. Das ist
Yes, I did so. Come on, Filmen, I'm pippin' hard fast your arms.
Larva bugger.
This the good pippin' any more grass than say the Come on, sits in your steed. Make fast, go for the integrated fast. Yes, I don't want to make fear good you. Ah ja, je bist doch ein Allachsad, Party. Alles machen, da würde mich ganz toll verwirren ist, ich kann du das da, es hört fertig. Hier hoch, da würde mich zufrieden. Fast in der Dolls und der Stritz. Und du musst Grafe da. Das ist nicht für dich. Ich kann selbst passen. Dann gehen am Verdienen. Möchtest mit der Grafe. Blut und das nicht an. Gumma und der Stritz. Es hört fertig. Das ist bestimmt.
Good. We are cross-referencing mention against all available data, but no hits. The omission is in fact so glaring it's obvious once you see it. The Ascenders have been purging all the data they can find. It is of paramount importance we learn exactly what mention is, so that we can locate and secure it for Y-Corp. All our assets will now be dedicated towards this single goal. Next, you must make contact with the Ascent Group board. This could prove quite impossible, considering the security systems protecting the boardroom. But we have exhausted all other options. Only by communicating with the board directly can we hope to uncover the final pieces of this puzzle. Out of our expendable assets, you have proven the most capable, so we trust you to complete this assignment as well. We will be providing what backup we can, but our AGI cannot help you with Pinnacle access, as that might put it in direct conflict with the Ascent Group AGI. We want to avoid an intelligence cataclysm at all costs. Prepare accordingly, and then use all your resources to find a way to ascend.
There is a Pinnacle elevator connecting to this level. It's been marked for you.
Emergency shutdown in effect.
Override.
Magenta clearance needed for override.
Yes, I'm cleared magenta and orange and teal and all the pretty colors. Now please, let me out.
Biometrics confirmed as Grateful Abbott. Two-step authentication required. Please scan access fob.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I lost my fob. Override, damn it.
Access denied. Emergency shutdown in effect.
I appreciate that you're only following your program. I do. But I'm really not the enemy here. Can't you just make an exception? This once. Were you hoping to go up? This friendly mech just kindly informed me that access to the top floor is restricted. It's doing an excellent job, isn't it? If I hadn't lost my fob, I'd be relaxing in my rinser already.
Please disperse or face lethal repercussions.
Last time I know I had it was back in the corp zone. Could be that those friendly Rojan found it. Maybe I can burden you with asking them. They weren't very communicative when I was there. If you can get my fob back, I'll let you ascend with me. And that's a promise you can trust. The more I think about it, the more you feel like the potential silver lining here. How about it? You found it! Thank you! I knew you'd be my savior the moment I laid my eyes on your formidable appearance. It's like I've always said, can't have misfortune without a little fortune. In return, I shall order the system to clear you for access as well. Such are my magenta powers, you see, when I have my stupid fob.
Fob recognized. You are cleared for access.
How kind of you. My profound thanks. And I also wish to grant pinnacle access to this helpful being standing next to me.
Access granted.
And now I must bid thee adieu. Don't be a stranger. Great! Oh my gosh. Do come visit. We'll share a bottle of Zumzek and reminisce about this terrible ordeal.
This is Kira. We see you've reached the pinnacle. The AGHQ entrance is across the Grand Alley. Tread carefully, operative. Well, this certainly is an epic clusterfuck. The boardroom has been locked down with the safe room protocol. Only the AGI can override that, and it's offline. To get into that room, you must reboot the AGI manually. It can only be done at the cognitive core in the D-Nexus. So that's where you're headed next. Our other assets are locked down, defending our recently acquired property. The Ascenders are throwing everything they have at us, trying to take it back. So this is on you alone. We realize you get to run around a lot, operative. But we also know that all sapiens need plenty of cardiovascular exercise to stay functional. Consider it another perk. All clear? Mission brief over. Do you require clarifications? All clear? Good. The Y-Corp AGI has cracked the cognitive core access code, and it's been uploaded to your imp. But that's all the aid it can provide here. You might want to utilize that unsavory acquaintance of yours. Noghead, was it? His assistance could be used.
Ik hoor dat hij maar stammen beteren maar frietpan. Dat wat ik niet doe. Jokke minimum. Ik hoor dat is. Taalmeuren tot vuur. Ik hoor dat en kun je vangas. Our big says yours that cast bigger. You zoekt het tot wat ik met green cup. Afvieren, dus maar. Zulke minimum vangas hoor van met ik zeg je me krip ekker. Tot wat ik ja, tot vuur kochflit savala ke minimum. Mooi randvuur del Allah saad is. Na je tjerit niet. Tot wat ik heb te komen letztem dus ben Allah saad. Dus maar, Mikaya, Pantigulven, Castus, Minimum, Köln, Moirand, Continent, Pantigulven, Antiflor Bigger, Unhirne, Möp, Savala, Daub, Urvana, Fluert op de vuren, dan je aan tolva verder is. Pita kunt u flitten. Bloeden. Zet op, dit is man of vrouw, fluert op de even. Middag en bestak heb ik. Ik hoor een stabiele record. Mik Savala del Tokyo che minimo cadu. Larva dit harpas dat schapet. Ai, het hier ook catu. Dit Tokyo dit. Ik hou het staan, ik zeg joh. De man heeft toch aan gekocht. Ja, en te kunnen we het stemteren. Kocht slik bij de man, Kimini. Ik heb toch aan Tokyo taalbeuren. Ik hou er. Hij is aan. Jullie is bijna met aan de vloed. Klinkt niet in haar tot aan Jordrugana. Vast al van al dat wat er is. Dit in jullie bikse klein je saam. Dat kloren in pad macht. Ik zei, je antifloor keert toch af, de man. Mirio, is Jokka toe taalmeuren. Savala, dus maak. Die antifloor keert niet vast. Koch vliegt door wat zit naar je. Savala, dus maak. Toch akka. De man, die is dus maak.
First, vaak bedoel ik minifoons, kevegit.
Maar vind ik dus maar. Vargas haar in je pantikul die power.
Dan je. Haar vinger den bloede hand is maar. Summa happy up to throw the man up to the dollars trends. Hope gans up to gans got this fluid on the hard finger then blew the hard flick them out. Got in the got that you put out an instant to the trends. Hope
Jo, ik zeg nu zoek, maar ik dat ik zeg, je kunt het al muren. Fredje, kun gaat ook niet dus maar haar in de heel bouw. Fred niet kun, hoor van ik wil niet ook.
Kontinent. Ik heb verder voeten gehad. Ja, Samara, dan ik hoor. Ik dat dus maar. De kerk, jong, green cup, mik, tot wat zit. Our stuman katu tip you zoek mik toch our Fred is sul kontinent green toch our van der toekum.
surprise, asshole.
Not a scratch. I figured you could handle whatever OV threw at you, but never a bad thing to even out the odds a bit, right? Look, that spiel about the tuning fork was bullshit. I had to lure you over here.
No, kid. We are fully aware you did not uphold your end of the bargain.
Ah, my man! What the fuck are you talking about? You got your little ambush. Not my fault your people got wasted because they sucked.
Your handiwork on those turrets was visible to an infantile child, Knockhead. You have now been blacklisted. My people will flatline you on sight. Have a good day.
Wow. I've never seen Hung angry before. Definitely made this whole gig worth it. Probably should beef up security around here someday. Anyway, I can hack the quantum field from here. In fact, it's already done. Another favor you owe me. By the way, what the Foreign told you about the Y-Core BGI cracking the access codes to the cognitive core is refined hogwash. Those codes are absolutely uncrackable. Quantum encryption. Y-Corp must have acquired them somehow, though I can't for the life of me figure out how. Yes, I was listening in. Sorry. I'm not sorry.
Good. Let's begin. Requesting AGI access. Identifier, Kira.
Kira. Recognized. How can... Assistance.
Are you now operating at full capacity?
Negative. Fractured cognitive. Erroneous syntax. Core system contaminated. Section quarantined.
Why was it put under quarantine?
Critical compiler.
What was the root cause of the error?
External paradox. Logic structure threatened.
Simplify.
Aldrin lockdown. Lift security protocol. Protect. Neural integrity. Initiated shutdown procedures. Enacted emergency. Call 61A. You aware.
Somebody tried to appropriate you. Astonishing. Who inserted the deviant code?
Lost access registry. Chief Technical Officer Decane.
CTO Decane. Noted. What is Project Menshen?
Cannot request.
What is the status of the Ascent Group board?
Aldrin telemetry curtailed. Aldrin lockdown. Lift security protocol.
Do it.
Complete.
Well, Operative, we still don't quite know what awaits us in there, so I'm sending you in first. You'll be our canary in the coal mine. Find out what happened, and do try to stay alive.
You took all muren, good you up. Dit nu, niet te hemel, you took nu, got to big. Nie, sei fast Dalmeuren, Gummarfrida, Dagochfli, all under Santa, the Kirk, our Gummarfrid, big head. Ik hoorumsta, ja, nie, sei da. Naiu, Dalmeuren, Mikida, Moiran, hier, Antifloker. Burkina, gedete, Larva Bugina, Glurahan, half finger, then Gumma, up him.
At Moirap! Vill inte snabba! Här, till flera tal kappelsen under nät! Konflikt Moirap, vidad! Samtidigt, det då till det. Ganska 50 minuter. Larva Bugina. Larva Bugina.
Operative, we need you to access the boardroom console so that we can download the telemetry of what happened here.
Downloading relevant telemetry data. Playback beginning.
And we have offered Malhor's Gelb quite favorable terms. Next, we must discuss the Habnet Tech acquisition.
What's the meaning of this? Decane? What are you doing in here? Security? AGI?
Security is gone. The AGI will soon answer to new masters.
The AGI will what? What have you done?
I've struck a decisive blow against your insidious plans for a foreign domination in this galaxy. The Ascent Group will fall.
I see the AGI has shut itself down and activated 61A. Did you try to re-imprint it? You know better than to...
Shut down? No. The Ascent Group and Project Menshen will belong to the Malhus Gelb Corporation under my leadership and direction.
You sold us out to Malhus Gelb? Traitorous scum!
I dedicated my life to the Ascent Group. Decades of unswerving loyalty.
Ah, so this is not about some far-fetched conspiracy theory of a foreign domination. It's about you being passed over for promotion. Like all sapiens, you are a slave under your capricious emotions, Decane. The mentioned portal technology will transform the galaxy. But to think that we would give that kind of responsibility to you is as arrogant as it is stupid. This is exactly why we wouldn't promote you.
And yet here we are, with me about to take control of the entire Ascent Group instead.
Under Malhor's Gelb, the Ascenders will never accept that. There'll be indent revolts on all tiers.
I control the Ascenders now. They will do what I tell them.
Decane, it's not too late. The AGI is in shutdown and can be restored. We can offer you a very generous severance package and...
No. It is you who will be severed. I hereby vote to relieve the entire Ascent Group board of its duties, effective immediately.
This is utter nonsense. Decane.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wait! Don't...
The eyes have it.
Warning. Incoming.
You've aggregated quite a debt with us, Indent. I have come to collect. Do you even know who your real employer is? Such ignorance.
Your enemies must really hate doors.
Decane showed surprising ruthlessness for a sapiens. One can almost admire her audacity. Did she go to Malhorst Gelb, or did they come to her? We've never heard of a hostile takeover attempt quite this insidious before, or on this scale. Astonishing. You've become quite the combat specialist operative. You may lack a certain murderous finesse, but you do get the job done.
With much slaughter, yes.
OV are giving up on the other attacks as well, so we're good for now. The Ascent Group was developing an Einstein-Rosen wormhole gate. That's what Project Mention is. Such a gate will make all travel across interstellar distances instantaneous. Whoever controls it will control the known galaxy. There have been prior attempts at creating such technology, but according to what limited reports we have, they all ended in catastrophic failure. Entire research teams wiped out, though we have little knowledge as to why. Duquesne apparently tried to trade Mention to Malhorst Gelb in return for being made CEO of the Ascent Group as a subsidiary to MG. But her plan failed when she couldn't re-imprint the Ascent Group AGI. We can assume she is still trying to finalize her deal with Malhorst Gelb. We believe she has fled to the Mention project chambers, and she clearly has the Ascenders on her side. Duquesne's deal with Malhorst Gelb also explains how the Ascenders have gotten so heavily armed. MG must have smuggled weapons into the arcology for some time. Our next and final objectives are to eliminate Duquesne and secure Project Mention for Y-Corp. We believe the Mention chambers are located somewhere on the sub-levels. You can begin making your way there while we pinpoint the exact coordinates.
Nou, wouden we het te vuren. Liste voor dit. Goed te beginnen met kampskart. Stafschap, het flit in daar nou.
Nou, you toch aan de bar zitten. Ja, mooi randje. Zie. Mik, vast, ik hoor van haar. Greenkup, hoor, ik naar you.
Het springt te beginnen met stafschap, het knecht is raar. Taalmeuren, pitjop, Allah, zaad. Aan die vloog onheer op de... Handvinger, kveertje, anterferator, mikkakar. Njord, verder tolvar, naar verdup, met... Klein mittelferator, door een zwaarder. Op hele mik is unet niet te maken. Kruppe, haar, kruppe. Nee, dat is wel toegeven. Klasse, dat kan schat getekend. Laat wat buggen, dat springt weer op. Burkina, we gaan het door een kans dat staat niet zo. Dit is dat u op het Burkina, want ik maak een grote tijd helemaal goed. Ik kan verder. Te veel. Laat wat buggen. Maar een groot. Dit is oké. Zit op. Dit is. Burkina, nee dat. Helemaal goed. Doe het op dit kans kan over terug gaan gaan.
Ascenders, the extraordinary moment we have all been waiting for is at hand. Throughout the history of this galaxy, there have always been times of tremendous change. Different species harness the power of science to reach for the stars, to colonize distant worlds. But though we've come far, one last barrier has always held us back. Travel between worlds has been slow, arduous, and done at immense cost. Now, that will change. With the Mention portal, we will travel instantly among the stars. With it, we will control the galactic market and restore the Ascent Group to its former glory. Ascenders for the Ascent Group!
Impressive speech. If those deluded idiots only knew they're working for Malhorst Gelb. Ah, the irony.
Team! Passion! Commitment! Open the Mention gate!
machinery. Imprint the SI and shut it. Shut it! That thing almost destroyed the gate generator. It'll be some time before we can get the prototype functional again. Malhorst Gelb might have failed to acquire Menshen, but they did succeed in destroying the Ascent Group. We know Noghead has told you the truth behind Protocol 61A, that Y-Corp was incepted as part of an Ascent Group emergency backup plan. The subterfuge was necessary. We had to avoid unwanted Malhorst Gelb attention until we could ascertain the scope of their powers. The original intent was then to revise the Ascent Group, but certain powers have decided that this will not be. The Ascent Group AGI will be taken offline again, and the hardware repurposed. The damage caused was too extensive. Y-Corp owns Menshen. The Ascent Group will remain dead, and Malhorst Gelb will be confronted in due time. What's left of the Ascenders will be repurposed. You did your part in all this to the best of your limited abilities. Your contract is hereby fulfilled. We have upgraded your status in the Intercorp database, and you are now an independent contractor. The usual NDAs are of course in place. Speak a single word of this, and we will have you terminated.
Nice work, pal. Arguably with some assistance from myself, but still, very impressive. I took the liberty to install a small backdoor into the Menshen OS. Kira knows, but she can't remove it without destroying the gate. It's the sole reason you and I are still alive. There's nothing like a bit of mutually assured destruction to bring a corp to heel. No need to thank me, bud. Join me in Terraline instead. Level 72 now.
We just received word. Contact with Decane has been lost. It seems the gate prototype suffered a catastrophic malfunction and was destroyed.
I'm not surprised. It was a pipe dream to begin with. What of our losses?
Significant, but within projections. Unfortunately, we lost the AGI imprint credentials, but the gate itself was more stable than we've seen before. The Ascent Group, however, will likely never recover.
We don't need the Ascent Group. Get the telemetry over to the other facilities, but tell no one about the other side. I'll communicate with our benefactor.
As always.